Well, these are tiny little guys there. I was trying a little deceiving there in that, trying to show you make it all epic. And a big stack of silver, and then this is a pit bullion, 1 ounce poured silver, 1 ounce there. These are little 1 grammers, tiny little guys. I can't even pick them up. Look how tiny that is on my thumb. And monarch precious metals. I picked these up pretty cheap. I mean, you still pay a premium on something like this, but this was for some fun. Something neat to have. Monarch precious metals, and there's a fish. There you go. So they're cool. They're kind of fun to have. Pick these up to add to the old stack there. And I've had this for a while, but Pit Bullion's a friend, good guy, and makes some great and beautiful silver there. So I thought I'd show that as an example for the difference in size there. But yeah, some fun pieces I wanted to add there, and I'll show you. Let's just kind of switch cameras here, and we'll show you the rest of the pieces that I picked up. Now in this video here, well, let's put these back into the frame here. But in this video, I'm featuring some pieces that were added for fun. Life's been a bit stressful, and I really wanted to have some fun with my stack and that. And some of these things may end up getting flipped through some raffles or auctions and things like that, but I had a good time picking them up, and things like this aren't always something I'll keep in my stack for a long time. But I like to have these items and meet some new people and have some cool experiences while doing it, and these were fun anyway, so a handful of those. Now, this being a fun purchase that I was making here, I did pick up some numismatics, and I don't do a lot of numismatics, but recently I have added a few to my collection, and we won't call them my stack, we'll call them a collection, because that's what numismatics are. This isn't necessarily about the silver value, although I do have a little bit of silver here. It's more about some of the meaning behind it, memories and things like that. So you might hear my dog in the background there. But we've got, this is the Lucky Loonie, and this is 2014. It's commemorating with the Olympics that year. And then I think that was Sochi. And this Loonie, this image of the a regular Loonie that we had, was put into the ice and by the person who created the ice, and he was Canadian, and they won. So it was just a very cool and exciting thing, part of our history in that. And I remember when the Loonie came out, the first Canadian dollar that wasn't a bill. I believe I was in grade 5 when it happened, when they actually came out, maybe grade 4. But I remember it being talked about all the time, and it was a big deal, and some people were collecting them based on if the Queen had a crown, a big crown or small crown, the different years. But yeah, I mean, it would be fun to have some mint ones from back in the day. But yeah, so this is a replica of that in pure silver, and with the coloring of the Olympic symbol there with the Canadian leaf in there. I thought that was cool. And again, being Canadian Silver Saver, does have a little bit of meaning that way as well. Comes in the nice box, which is, it's okay. I just do wish that the boxes, if they're going to do it, let's make something different, RCM. Otherwise, I'd be okay with this. Yeah, I really would. I just think the boxes they're exactly the same pretty much across the way. The odd time you have a black box. Now, some of them, like the Looney Tunes and the Superman and stuff like that, they have a custom box, and I do like that, but then they charge such a premium because of that. So I'm okay with no box and something like this. Just a little bit seems better to me. But Lucky Loonie, fine silver. There it is there. They have lots of these made. There's, what's that, 150,000, sorry, 15,000. And I have number 8,125. But, this stuff too, right? Like, if this wasn't with it, we know what this silver is. And we know that this one wasn't the 8,000, what was it, 125th one pulled out of the bin, or even minted from the presses coming along. So this was this one came out of the press, came out of the bin, and got put together with this certificate telling me that is what it is. I like that this describes the coin, but it certainly isn't. It doesn't add a whole bunch of value to me. This is just a cool collectible that I got at a great price, and something that I'll just keep. This may be the type of item that gets passed along to my son when I end up passing along his stack that I've been collecting as well, right? So that's the one item there of the RCM, and I did pick up 2 this time. I treated myself. Now this one has a few different meanings behind it. This is completely fun. This one costs a fair premium on this one. There you go. And it's called the Piedfort. Can't remember how to say that. Yeah, Piedfort. Timeless Icons. And 2017, so this is last year's coin. Almost 2 years ago now. My son just had his 19th birthday a couple days ago, so that was a lot of fun. Just thinking about the years and things passing along. But this one here, again, there's the maple leaf, and you know, big, it's significant to me, being Canadian and representation of kind of my branding and that. But I really do like when they do different versions of maple leaves, and that it is something that I enjoy. I like the 2 sides of this that shows the more natural and then the artistic kind of impression of it there, but you've got the fur and then the more natural leaf, and then this more simplified version on that side, and then Queenie on the back, of course. Nice simple clean. It's got the gold plating on the rim as well as on the leaf there. Now what I want to show you here, just one second. Now I do like my beer, and I do like to support local. So we've got a local Canadian company here in Ontario called Sleeman, and I'll put it up on the screen there. So there's the got some focus there. So there's the logo, the Sleeman logo, and there's the coin. So you can see it's basically just a reverse mirror image of that. It's very, very similar logo. I thought that was neat and fun, and I drink Sleeman. Sleeman's one of my favorite beers. I do support them because of the you know, being a local Canadian beer, and I do like it. So there, if I turn that there, you can see the gold plating and the other side of the leaf a lot better. It's there on this angle, but it's a proof finish. There you go. See, so that is a gold. There we go. Getting all the angles of it now. Cool coin, something fun to have. It means a fair bit to me. Ounce of silver, and then that'll go into the collection that will get passed along. And be parts of the conversation and talk to people in my family about, my son anyway, about you know, why it's important to save and invest. Now this one has a fairly low mintage. It's only 7,000 of these, and that's pretty low, I think. I like them when they're under 1,000, you know, 500 or less really, but not too bad. And just, you know, thinking, people out there, put your comments down below. Does anybody, I really want to know this. Like, let's get some dialogue going. You know, we've got these Royal Canadian Mint, we've got these numismatic products out there. Do you want the box? Do you want their certificate? I mean, the certificate's okay, but do you want this stuff, or would you prefer to get just the coin in a capsule, maybe with the certificate and, you know, a little plastic sleeve or something, simplified, and sent out to you so that you could, and if that would bring the premiums down? Would you be more likely to buy these pieces if we could bring the premium down a bit by eliminating all of this extra packaging that we're not going to do a whole lot with? So, you know, that's kind of how I look at these pieces and that here. They're great to add to the collection, but the premiums can be high, so it does scare people away, especially if they're just adding for weight. I add for many reasons. This one is more for stacking or building a collection for the future to pass down and have some conversation that'll hopefully spark the right conversations about why to invest and why to keep doing it. So thanks for hanging out today, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. These were fun. That was kind of fun at the beginning of the video there. I loved adding this stuff, and I do have some more stuff coming from Beaver Bullion. You're really going to like what I have there. Some very exciting pieces that he's been making, and I'll have that featured. And some other just silver for weight. And I want to talk about in that video about why I do that. I think that makes a lot more sense to the general masses of people when you're buying for as cheap as possible. But I do want to talk about why I picked up the pieces that I did, and where my stack is at, and how I feel about my my investments and my portfolio for the future. So stay tuned for that, and we'll talk to everybody soon. Take care.